What if I told you that building $1 million business is actually easier than you think and it can be done in 1 year? Well, if you follow this roadmap I'm about to share with you, I promise you will make more progress in the next 12 months than most people will make in their entire lifetime. And if you're wondering why you should listen to me, it's because I went 0 to $1 million in under 12 months and then went on to do 115 million more over the next 6 years. So I'm only gonna be sharing with you the proven framework that I did myself and have since used to help thousands of people build their own multi-million dollar businesses. And even after doing over 9 figures in sales, this is the same framework and strategy I use today and with my clients. So today I'm gonna share the roadmap with you, discuss why it works so well, and show you how you can apply it to make $1 million business within a year. Now, moving over to the pyramid, the first base and the most important thing in this pyramid is mindset. And if you want to become a millionaire, you really have to master your mindset. Now, when I first started my businesses, I didn't really believe in mindset and I thought it was kind of a joke because I didn't always want to do the certain tasks that I needed to grow the business. I didn't want to message people. I didn't want to take sales calls. I didn't want to do lead gen. I didn't want to post content, but I ignored those feelings and did it anyways. And really to me, I just thought that was mostly mindset until I met a very advanced individual. His name's Steve. I won't use his last name, but he's very successful, affluent male. He's worth over 9 figures and he gets paid about $200,000 per client per year. And the people fly out to him and sit in his office. And that's the only way he'll work with you. And one day he was teaching me a story about mindset because he said, Tanner, if you want to change your life, you have to change how you think, and then how you think changes your actions, that changes your results. But I said, well, Steve, if someone punches me or someone tries to hit me in the face, what am I supposed to do? I mean, I'm going to react. And he says, that's what most people do, but this is what you actually do. So he told me a story about when he went to a prison, and he's an older gentleman. So he had a phone, and I'll kind of show you guys. He had his phone like this, and he was FaceTiming. And the phone was faced at one of the prisoners in the prison yard. And the prisoner got upset, and he took a rock and he threw it on Steve's car. Now, Steve's car was about a $500,000 car, and he broke the windshield. Now, most people, when that happened, would start cussing out the prisoner, run over to him, say something, maybe get him in trouble with the guards. But what Steve did is Steve went over and said, hey, I'm so sorry. I didn't hear you and I didn't see you. Please forgive me. And then he actually went inside the prison to spend time with that man. And I thought, that's crazy. How are you able to do that? And what Steve taught me is the way you change how you act is you decide how you're gonna act before. And so the way that I did that is I actually created what I call my document. And you guys won't be able to see it very well. Maybe you guys will be able to see it, but it's backwards on here, but this is my document that I say every single morning. And the reason I say it is when I get in tough situations, those are the thoughts that come to my mind. Now, it doesn't mean I always act on it, right? I'm trying to get better each and every day. But if I say things like, I'm the best boyfriend in the world, or I say, I'm a strong and powerful leader, people love working for me because I put them before myself, then what happens when I'm in tough situations is those thoughts come to my head in those difficult situations like the one Steve described, and then I act differently. And that's how you start to master your mindset. Essentially, it's not you have to feel different. It's not that you have to want to do different things, but you say the things that you want to become. And as you say them, those become your thoughts. And the goal is that your thoughts then become your actions. That's why they say the 5 people you're around the most matters, or what you watch, or what you listen to. It all matters because those become your thoughts, and your thoughts become your actions, right? So the first thing you want to master is your mindset. So an easy way to do that is to create a document. And if you don't know what to write, just write everything you hate about yourself or the opposite of what you want. So you'd say, I'm impatient. I'm not nice. I'm not kind. I'm not in shape. And then your document would become the opposite of all those things, the positive. And then you start saying those things on a daily basis. So just so you guys can hear maybe what it sounds like, because I want you guys to actually hear it on this video. Let me read some of it for you. I am that I'm impeccable with my word, not only to myself, but to everyone around me. If I say I'll do something, I must do it. I am that I don't take anything personally. What someone else does isn't about me. It's a story about them. I am that I'm rich beyond my wildest dreams. I make sure to focus on others, and in return, they focus on me. And it goes on, right? And so those are some of the things that help me. So when I'm in tough situations and I don't know what to do or I'm having a hard time, I'll read that document to hopefully act differently to get a different outcome. Now, once we've mastered mindset and we're starting to think positively, which changes our actions and gets us different results, we now have to work on our skills, right? Because having a positive mindset is not enough. We actually have to give value to society. So the first thing I want you to do is look at the current skills you have. So for me, that was, I played basketball growing up. I played Division I football. I tested really well. I was in really good shape. So for me, I was thinking, could I do ACT prep? Could I do something in fitness? Maybe I could do something around athletics, like showing kids how to try to get scholarships or how to perform better, right? So that is where I started. Something else you could do is, what have you achieved over the last 5 years? Just look back in time. What comes easy to you that's difficult for others? What do others come to you for advice on, right? Some of my friends are really good at, speaking or almost like therapy, right? Some people are good at piano. Some people are good at sports. Some are good at building cars. You could do that. Have you ever given someone help with something, right? That's an idea you could think of. Okay, if you could go back in time, what would you sell yourself? And that could also become your product or what you build your business around. What would you teach your younger self? Okay, what challenges have you gone through in life and overcome? Or what problems have you solved for yourself? What could you talk about all day long without getting bored? So for me at the time, it was fitness because that's all I did. What would people pay to learn from you? Okay, so essentially try to teach something you actually know. And again, don't worry if you feel it's a commodity or there's a lot of people doing it. It doesn't matter because in business, it's not who's the best trainer, or who's the best business owner, or who's the best coach. It's who's the best at marketing typically. Because if they don't know you exist, they can't possibly buy your services or products. Now, some examples of businesses that clients we've worked with, we have a guy named Ranjit, and Ranjit actually helps people get their green cards. And he has a certain process that he goes through. I'm not 100% sure, but that's a really good offer. We have other clients who will do Airbnb arbitrage, right? So they'll teach people how to, rent out homes and then use it on Airbnb and make a profit. There's a million different things you can do. You just have to look for what you're good at or what's a good opportunity.